I am Bhawna and I lead the content efforts for Go Ibibo. I think I've met some of you in the afternoon. So today I'm going to be talking about user-generated content and primarily the point that how does UGC influence the buying decision for travelers. Can I quickly ask you guys, what do you understand from UGC, user-generated content? Can I have some show of hands? Yeah.
I think it's essentially what the people write about your product as a hotel or as an airlines, and what they feel about it and what they experience it.
Sure.
So I feel that's what it is.
Sure. Anyone else?
So all the photos that they post and the reviews that they post on various portals, yeah.
Absolutely right. Anyone else? Okay. So if we look at the technical definition of UGC, can I have that? Yeah. So I'll just give you a background also. While user-generated content has been around us all through this while, I think this term user-generated content was not being used very often. And it's been in the last 5 to 10 years, I think, that we've been using this term more often. So user-generated content is content that is created and shared by unpaid users, which means this content is for free. It can be in the form of text, images, blogs, vlogs, Facebook tweets, reviews and testimonials. So anything that you are, some of you might be looking at your Facebook and Twitter and Instagram accounts. Anything that you're writing, anything that you're posting, anything that you're consuming is all user-generated content. UGC is produced by end users online and is publicly available to the community to be viewed, consumed and or shared. And WhatsApp is one of the biggest mediums. You're consuming content, every single minute. I think some of us have WhatsApp notifications coming in every single minute because there's so many groups around there. So that is also user-generated content. And UGC is also called consumer-generated media. Okay, so these are some of the most popular portals that rely on UGC. Have a look. So Facebook, like I told you, there are millions of feeds, millions of posts, millions of videos and pictures that are being posted on Facebook. YouTube. So if I talk about YouTube, imagine that if you were the team of YouTube and there were only a few resources, creating videos, how many videos would you have on YouTube, right? And I was looking at some stats on how many videos, people are posting on YouTube, and and it was very shocking and surprising to know that, there are about 24,000 days of videos that are being posted every minute on YouTube. So you can imagine the power of user-generated content. And, a bunch of people who work for YouTube would not have been able to create it on their own, ever. Quora. So Quora talks about everything under the sun. You have a question, I think you will find all the relevant answers on Quora. So Quora is, primarily a very big platform that is leveraging UGC, WhatsApp. Now at Go Ibibo also, I think WhatsApp has been one of the biggest factors in the last couple of years for us to increase our user-generated content. The reach of WhatsApp, the notification reach of WhatsApp is very high. And people of all age groups are using WhatsApp today. Your parents, my parents, even my grandparents would have been using WhatsApp. Instagram. So visual UGC, I think, is on the rise. People are clicking pictures, and especially, like I said in the afternoon session also, the modern traveler is obsessed with clicking pictures and posting them on the social media for social proof. And some of us like also flaunting our, images from our travels. So Instagram is another very popular medium of user-generated content. So if I were to talk about the impact of reviews and rating on your brand's image, reviews can make or break your brand image. The studies suggest that 85% of online shoppers look at reviews before making a buying decision. And positive reviews will improve your brand's trust. Negative reviews will have a negative effect on your potential customers. Online reviews boost your SEO, so your brand name is going to pop up in ranking if you use UGC, because there'll be a lot of mention of your brand's name. Most importantly, R&R impacts conversions directly. So like I was talking, I've always heard that content cannot, impact your business directly. Content cannot generate revenue directly. We always consider it as a support function. But with reviews and ratings, we've seen that, if you have more and more reviews about any product that you sell, whether it's hotels, whether it's cars, whether it's, bus or airlines or anything, you can directly impact conversions. And we'll have stats for this as well. Okay, can I, throw this question at you guys? When was the last time you booked a hotel, and what were the factors that you considered before making that booking? Yeah.
A few factors actually. What was the rankings of the hotel? What were the benefits being offered there, the perks, and what discount codes were being offered on GoAbibo?
Mayurya, I think the connectivity is one of the thing. The facilities offered by the hotel, like resort facilities, swimming pool, if it's a family tour, and the Wi-Fi connectivity, which is very much important right now.
That's a valid point, but say for example, two hotels have the same set of amenities to offer. There are two 5-star hotels, and both of them offer like great facilities. Both of the hotels have very fast Wi-Fi, and they have a swimming pool, and they also give you a free spa. Then how do you decide on which hotel to book?
From the reviews.
Do you actually read the reviews, or is it just because the session is on?
We actually read the reviews.
Like you filter reviews on the basis of couples or solo travelers, and accordingly I make a decision, because if I'm staying in a hotel alone, I want it to be safe, I want it to be like a good property.
Google search engine.
So all of you agree that once you've shortlisted the hotel basis, budget, locality and amenities, you would like to look at reviews before making a buying decision, right? And that's how it works. If you have to make a buying decision, are you more likely to trust a brand's digital ad, or will you look at recommendations from your peers or friends? What will be more trustworthy for you? And this is what the majority of people have said when we have had surveys. Recommendations of family and friends have an upper hand. Customers are moving away from digital ads. Instead, they crave real stories and connections, because people come and write their real and authentic experiences on reviews, which is what helps you decide whether to book a hotel or not. For example, there's a 5-star property in Bombay. You're coming here for OTM. You want to book a 5-star property, but it has negative ratings. It says that the service is very bad, despite the fact that the tariff of the hotel is high. Would you want to book that hotel, or would you rather go for a 4-star hotel which has brilliant reviews and brilliant ratings? Okay, so these are some of the popular UGC campaigns that I'd like to throw some light on. Aishwarya, can we have the first video, please? So this was a campaign, Do Us a Flavor, from Lay's, that happened in the US a couple of years ago. This will help you decide and know why you should invest in UGC if you're not still doing that. Volume. It's not going to make sense without the While they're checking on this, do some of you already do user-generated content in your companies? You do, sir?
A bit of contests and all that we run on our website and stuff, and that's about it. Nothing. I'm from a hotel company by the name Treehouse Hotels.
This one is in Lonavala? No, not that one. Okay. Aishwarya, should we move on? It's not playing. Okay, then show us the visuals and then I'll explain. So I'll give you a little bit of commentary while the video is playing and we can't hear. So this was a Lay's Do Me a Flavor contest, like I said, that happened in the US. And people were asked to come up with different flavors of Lay's, right? And 4 flavors were shortlisted to vote in the final list of flavors. So what Lay's did was that instead of, a few members sitting in a closed room and deciding on what flavor they should launch in the next year, they asked millions of people to come up with flavors that they think will be a hit with the rest of the audience and consumers. So what happened was, can we play the next Lay's video, not this one? No, we've already played this. Okay, leave it. It's fine. So what happened was that millions of people came up with different flavors, and then Lay's shortlisted 4 flavors out of this, right? And these 4 flavors were put on the shelves for people to actually taste. So when they were put on the shelves and people could actually buy and taste that, they came up with, then they opened the voting lines for people to vote for one of the flavors. And there were 14 million votes that came for the final flavor that won. So what happened was that this was one of the biggest user-generated campaigns that happened. And with this, what happened was that before the launch of the final flavor, it was already a hit with the people. And Lay's didn't have to do anything about it. They didn't have to worry about the failure of the campaign, right? And I don't know if some of you will remember, a few years back, there was this vanilla Coke flavored aerated drink that had come in the market. And it was a super flop, idea, and I personally loved it. So, because I'm very fond of aerated drinks, I personally loved it, but people said that it tasted like cough syrup. So it went out of the market, and I think in a couple of months, people did not find it. And I was actually looking for it, but others didn't like it. So the mistake that marketeers did was that they did not test it on the audiences. They did not take the views of the people who are actually consuming Coke before launching a new flavor. And this was the biggest hit here because, like I said, that before even the launch of the final product, it was a hit and there was no scope of this campaign failing. Go Asli Photo is another campaign that we did at Go Ibibo. So here we ask people to, send in real pictures of their experiences and what happened. Actually, I would want you to see the video, but unfortunately. So what happens here is that there's this person who goes to a hotel and he's already read that, this has a swimming pool. And when he reaches there, and it's a story from, I think, Mahabharata or something. And when he reaches there, he doesn't find the swimming pool and he says that, what the hell, I saw the description and I went and now, there's no swimming pool over here. So this tells us that people are looking out for real traveler images instead of professionally shot pictures that are there on either the hotelier website or the OTAs. And this is something that we found out that 12% people who visit the GoIBibo app to book a hotel tap on traveler images, as against only 3 to 4% who click on professionally shot images. So people are not looking out at professionally shot, very nice images, and you can see the comparison between the two images. The first one is what the hotelier has posted, nothing against you, sir. And the second one is the real picture. So here it's showing that, the outside view is like really beautiful. There are mountains and there's hills and there's trees. And the second one is showing that outside the window there's like nothing worth looking at, right? So this is how, the trend is changing more towards, traveler images. These are some findings. 80% travelers read at least 5 to 10 reviews before making a booking. And this is real data. 70% travelers search for hotels with an average rating of 3.5 and above, which means they filter the hotels that have a lower rating. 70% travelers say they are willing to pay more for hotels that have better reviews and ratings. And 90% travelers say they won't book a hotel which has 0 reviews. So back in the day, I think we never thought about looking at reviews and ratings. 10 years ago, we would just book a hotel, looking at the pictures or looking at the website content, and we would just go ahead. But today, we look at recommendations from people, who have actually visited the place. And somebody earlier asked a question that people have started, taking a risk and, going to offbeat places, because there's so much content around, there's so many videos, there's so many visuals available for us to look at and, to go to these offbeat places, because we know that people have gone there, people have shared their real experiences, and which is why we have the courage to go and, visit those places. So despite the massive content explosion, the beauty of UGC is that this is the content that audiences trust, which means we have content everywhere today. I mean, I look at my phone, there are, these stories, Instagram stories, there's a story on Facebook, there's a story on WhatsApp also, and, there's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's Twitter, there's content explosion everywhere. I mean, how much time should I devote reading all this content, right? But when it comes to user-generated content, I think people are looking at that kind of content which is coming from people they know, or people they can relate with, or people they think are trustworthy, instead of, me sitting in my Gurgaon office and, writing about places I've never visited. Okay, so how did GoIBibo reach several million reviews in less than 3 years? Okay, so when I joined GoIBibo, I was told that we shouldn't do blogs, we shouldn't do travel guides, we shouldn't do any kind of traditional content or articles, we shouldn't be doing hotel descriptions. And I was really disappointed, because I had been doing this throughout my professional career journey, and one day, somebody hires me and tells me not to do what I've been doing for several years, and I didn't know what to do. Then I was made to realize the same thing about, the content which is coming from users. So which is why we at GoIBibo have been focusing only on user-generated content, instead of, being desk writers, hiring desk writers and making them write about, our products and holidays. So how did we reach several million reviews in less than 3 years? Also another thing that, like I was saying, that it's very difficult to quantify content, the impact which content has. So for example, you're writing a beautiful blog about, how to spend 5 days in New Zealand, or, the top 10 things you should do before you die. So, you are inspiring people to visit certain places, okay? But how do you know that your blog or your article helped somebody to actually make a booking? So with user-generated content, you can actually, measure the impact it has on people, and it has on the buying decision of users. So since UGC is very fraud-prone, we target only credible users, which means we target only bookers. We do not allow non-booking reviews coming in, because if we allow non-booking reviews coming in, people, hoteliers or customers will be tempted to write fraud reviews. Focus on the timings of notifications. So imagine, you've checked into a hotel at 12 in the afternoon, and you get a notification at 12:05 when you're actually, filling your check-in forms, or you're actually checking your room or the washroom, or how is the balcony, or do I like the room or not, you're most likely to miss that notification, right? So you have to ensure that the notification timing is correct. Gratification. So I'm not sure how many of you have ever booked through GoIBibo, but there was this big talk about GoCash and GoCash Plus being credited when you make a booking, or when you write a review, or when you submit pictures, right? So for people who are writing reviews for us, we gratify them with GoCash Plus, which is like real money. So you can use that to make your bookings, and even if it's like 250 or 300 rupees, and if you're getting that kind of discount against another portal that is not giving you any discount, you'd rather book it from here. Social gratification. What is the motivation for people to write a review for you? Some people would not appreciate GoCash or GoCash Plus. Some people will appreciate, social gratification, social proof. So for them, we have badges in place. If you tell somebody that you're an expert, or you tell somebody that you are a globetrotter, or if you tell somebody that you're an expert traveler, they will like it and they would like to flaunt it also. So social gratification also plays a major role here. Because people like to help others, it's besides the point, but there's on Facebook there are these small closed groups that are running, okay? So there's this one group that I'm also a part of. It's called Beautiful Brown Bodies, okay? There people are discussing everything about health and diets, and how to stay fit, and which exercises to follow, etc. So what happens here is that people are sharing their diet charts also, which they might have bought for like several thousands of rupees from dietitians. So I got very curious at why are people doing that. So the thing is that people like, when people are helpful to others, and when they're able to add value to a certain person's life, they feel just good about it, that I am able to help someone, and then when you get that praise, you feel good about it. So that's the power of social gratification. So it's a mix of monetary and social gratification that we use. WhatsApp. WhatsApp has led to 35% increase in the hotel reviews, and it's a big number. So this is the kind of format that we follow for WhatsApp. Now what happens is that sometimes you don't make a booking for yourself. Somebody else makes a booking for you. You don't even have the GoIBibo app. Then how do I send you a notification? So probability is that while 50% of our customers will not have the app, almost 95% of the people will have WhatsApp. And WhatsApp doesn't require a second level of training. I think everybody knows how to use WhatsApp. So it's easy for anyone to give a rating. People like my parents, who are retired people, they are always on WhatsApp. So if you send anything to them, chances are that you will get a reply immediately, because they're constantly on WhatsApp. So WhatsApp has served as a very big, medium for us to increase our reviews. So these were some of the reasons. It's easy to access by all age groups. Second level of training is not required. Imagine, I book a hotel or a holiday for my parents, and my father, he has to open his laptop or a desktop and then log into the GoIBibo app and then find the page from where he could, write a review. That is tedious, and that is never going to happen, which is why WhatsApp has been a huge hit. Notification reach is also way higher in WhatsApp. So while there are chances that only 30% of app notifications reach people, 90% of WhatsApp notification reach the users. So like I've mentioned here, that we collected almost 2 million reviews in the last 1 year only through WhatsApp. So guys, please make use of WhatsApp for business. Earn paradigm is a new thing that we've started. So while there are chances that you could miss notifications coming from brands, this is very sticky on the app, and there are these small tasks that we ask people to do, and they feel happy. You click and you get 25 rupees GoCash Plus. You click and you get 75 rupees GoCash Plus. Something like, somebody completed a trip, congratulate them. Somebody has a birthday, give them GoCash. So he also gets GoCash, you also get GoCash. So all these small tasks, they actually help people to earn GoCash and GoCash Plus, which helps them book further. And there are tasks also then related around reviews, that you write a review and you get Go Cash Plus. So it's a motivation factor. And before we move on to the next slide, I'd like to tell you guys that we did a small, not a small, but like a medium-sized campaign on hotels that had 0 reviews. They had absolutely no reviews, and their bookings were also very small, like few bookings a month. And I'm talking about international hotels right now. So what we did that we helped them increase the number of reviews through genuine travelers. We helped them collect reviews for their bookings. And we got them from 0 to say 5 or 10 reviews. And we saw a massive increase in the number of bookings for them in that duration. Which means that people are actually not booking hotels that have 0 reviews or 1 review. So if you have more number of reviews, there are chances that your bookings are going to increase, because people are reading reviews to make bookings. If you don't have reviews, then your bookings are going to be less. Very important, why should you invest in UGC? It creates a lot of attention. There's a lot of people to see it, share it, and engage with it. It cuts through the content clutter. It saves your org from financial resources and time. So you don't have to hire many people like me. You can just get users to write content for you. It's authentic with a fresh and unique perspective. Like I said, imagine me writing about top 10 things to do in OTM, because I have not done 10 things since morning, as against, many of you writing the same thing about OTM. So the collective content that we'll get from all of you will be better, unique, than just me writing about the whole event. It boosts your SEO value, which means your ranking goes up, because there's a lot of mention about Go Ibibo helped me, and so-and-so company helped me, and I had a great experience at this hotel. It plays a major role in having a two-way network effect. So what happens is that if a customer comes and writes a negative review for your hotel, it gives a message to the hotel. We are a platform. A customer comes and writes a negative review for hotel XYZ on the Go Ibibo portal. It gives a message to the hotel that the services were poor, or the food was not good, or the linen was not clean. With that negative review, they start improving the services, they start improving the amenities. So it's a kind of a network effect that is happening. So one negative review leads to a positive outcome over there, so that the other customers don't face the same problems. And it creates a community. So all these bookers that we have, that we send notifications to, that write reviews for us, become a part of our community. So we can leverage their power to create more content, to curate more content in future. Some of the challenges that we face and are yet to be overcome are legal and copyright issues, whether the content that is coming for consumers is correct or not, whether copy pasting from what your friend has written or what somebody else has written online. Policing and monitoring content, which means seeing that there's no offensive use of words, there's no abusive language being used. Minimizing manual moderation. So since so many people are clicking pictures, clicking videos, and writing content about their travel, flaunting wherever, whatever exotic places they visited, it's very difficult and it's a very challenging thing to moderate that, because, you write a review today, and if it's not visible to you, immediately after that, you will get irritated that, I posted a review, it's not visible for other people to see. So there's a lot of manual moderation required. So while we do a bit of auto moderation and a bit of manual moderation, we are able to sort of fall in place, but otherwise it's a big challenge, because there's an increasing pool of UGC that we are getting. Ensuring credibility of users and content. Like somebody said that people are pay to get reviews for their properties or for their portals. So it's important for us to know and detect, have a fraud detection policy in place. Confronting fake reviewers or hoteliers, the same thing. Acting as a neutral platform. So we get escalations every day that, some customer comes and posts that, there was a snake in my bathroom, and he'll post a picture also. And the hotelier will come back and say that this is not my hotel, there are no snakes in Thailand, things like that. So you have to act like a neutral platform to sort of judge with your own experiences whether the hotelier is right or the customer is right. You cannot take anybody's side, because you have to cater to customers also, and you cannot miss on the hoteliers also, because they are the ones who are giving you business. So yeah, if you want your content to be great, get the community to participate. That's what we always strive for, and that's where we focus, because we believe in the power of user-generated content, and we feel that that is the future of content marketing. Thank you. Do you guys have any questions for me? Okay, so many questions.
Do you have any data to quantify how much are you spending per user-generated content as such? Have you guys analyzed it that way? In terms of Go Cash that you give out or any kind of rewards that you give out, per review, how much would you be spending as such?
So the algo keeps changing, but I mean, for now, I think we have 200 Go Cash Plus for a review that comes in with a couple of pictures, I think. But we keep changing the algo, as we move on.
200 Go Cash is what you give?
Yeah.
Okay,
For
so isn't it
certain
an
hotels-
expensive thing to cater to as
It
such?
does, but that's for the company to decide.
No, I'm sure. Yeah, but I'm
But
just...
then once you have a dedicated set of people who are coming and booking only with you, for example, I give you 200 Go Cash Plus. Next time you would come and book with me only because you already have that 200 Go Cash Plus to use. So in return, I am getting business from you, and you are not going to some other portal to book.
Sure,
So in
it's-
the beginning, there might be some losses, but eventually you break even and then you move forward, I think.
Okay, and what do you recommend? That hotel websites, should they move towards more UGC as such? I
Yeah,
mean,
definitely,
should we be promoting that more?
Yeah, definitely.
That'll help.
That'll help.
Will that help
So
us?
Instead of, I mean, I should not be saying this, but instead of relying on OTAs like us, we have our own platforms. Why
Absolutely.
don't you have your own
Yeah.
forum, where people can look at your, reviews and have a mix of, I always say that have a mix of both positive and negative reviews, because I might have not mentioned it here, but hotels that do not have negative reviews also do not sell, because then people think that they are not genuine and they are not authentic. So you have to have a mix of both positive and negative reviews.
And roughly how much is your staff strength in terms of managing this entire UGC as such?
So we have a big team. There's a tech team, and then there's the content team that I handle. So
Okay.
there's a team of manual moderators and people who are curating content, and then there's a tech team, that is helping us with the portals and the notifications and keeping account of everything, the stats.
Great, thanks very much. Thanks.
Yeah.
As you said, UGC is very important, but I think it's a very high budget kind of a thing to do. For local travel agent, what strategy or ideas you suggest that a local person or local travel agent in the city can do to boost his content?
No, but why do you think that it's a high investment thing? We're not investing anything. We are giving Go Cash Plus, but that's your prerogative. You don't want to give anything in return, that's fine. You can, like people get, social gratification. People get a high if they're writing a review and you say in return that you've helped the community or you are helping fellow travelers. That's also is good for them. So it's not necessary that you have to spend, like a 200 rupees on them to sort of get them. And it's not, I told you 200 rupees, but it like keeps changing. Sometimes it's 100 rupees and also sometimes it's with visuals. So if there are 3 approved images along with content, then only you get that Go Cash or Go Cash Plus. If your images, supposing you just put 3 images that are not making sense and they're rejected, then you're not eligible for the Go Cash or Go Cash Plus. But we still have the content, right? So it's not necessary that you have to invest. You could just start with a forum where people are interacting, where they are helping each other, where they are, and I think I've not mentioned about the community that we have. It's called Q&A. So tomorrow if I have to go check into a hotel and I am reaching there by 5 a.m., most hotels have a check-in after 12 or 12. So if I have to check in at 5 a.m., what am I supposed to do? Which hotel should I book? I am not sure whether they will allow early check-in. I am not sure whether they will charge me for early check-in or not. So I'll have to, shortlist hotels, pick up the phone, call the hoteliers, do you allow early check-in, will you charge for it, etc. So this is time taking. What we do is we have a forum, it's called Q&A, we go on the hotel's page and we ask the question that I am reaching at 5 a.m., do you allow early check-in, what are the charges? So the notification goes to the hotelier, it goes to the community in general, people who have stayed in that hotel, and people come back replying that, I've had a similar experience, they allow early check-in and it's for free, the hotel is great. Or somebody will come and say they do not allow early check-in. or they say that they charge for it. So you have a clear answer, and you very quickly, the thing is that you get that answer real quick in real time. So you didn't have to pick up that phone and call 10 hoteliers and then wait for their email to come in to confirm and things like that. So
Just one more question. As you said, WhatsApp business is going to be a future, but last 2 days, WhatsApp business.
WhatsApp, I said, is impacting our business in a
Yeah.
good way, but that's not the only future. I mean, UGC and all, I said,
Okay.
UGC.
But is WhatsApp business more effective for the future? What would you suggest?
As per our numbers, it is.
Okay. Not many people over here last 2 days I have been finding not many are interested in doing WhatsApp and thing. They're more
But
sorted.
so if you're going to bombard people with WhatsApp messages the whole day, or every single day, they wouldn't want to reply. So you'll have to have a strategy in place, that when should you send the notification, what is a good time to send a notification and get replies from them.
Any other questions, anyone? Sure.
That's about it.
Thank you so much, Bhavna, and thank you so much, everyone.